Connected. Channel switched.
You guys haven't been able to hear a thing I've been saying, have you? Again, I had XSplit muted. I'm like, I'm talking to things and blah 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 blah. That's funny. Yeah, I was like, Demiser, I don't know. You want me to play this? This would be awesome. Okay, so I have no idea, Demiser. What does it sound? Is that Oblivion? I'm sure you did. What's up to terminologies? Oh, you might have if you were in my team speak, but that's so funny. I was like, why are you guys not responding to anything I'm saying? Man, I must be bombing tonight. And I was like, oh, that opening? Oh, well, maybe if you. Well, the thing is that Arcanum is so like. There's only like 3 instruments, you know? It's like just a couple of violins. Da, na, 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 na. I know what you're saying, though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Yes, now that makes sense. If you strip it down, you know? All right, we're going to get going about 5 or 6 more people. And just to give you a sense of what we're going to be doing. Oh, yeah. Bring it on. Such a great theme. Lego, I was saying before that you're going to get some good ideas for your game book because there's a lot of alternate mechanics going on in this book. It's very different than the Fighting Fantasies before or after. It's probably not for another couple books after this that they get into something different again. So, yep. Reading a book. Oh, cool, Lego. Yeah, exactly. Lego, I was saying before, man, that this is all for you. I was gonna play some Mass Effect tonight. Been doing tons of grading. It was very good. Got all my stuff done. I'm like, well, nope. I'll do a little bit of Starship Traveler for the peoples. I'll give the peoples what they want. Oh yeah, you do, Rookie? What's it on? Ugh. That's about 11 solid more hours than I'd want to ever do math. Hey, Rosa. Good to see you. F yeah, the peoples. Yeah, that's troubling, man. Troubling. Yeah, so for anyone living in New York, I don't really understand why it is that we're like, okay, winter is like, well, I've still got a few days left, so here, have another storm. Like, and it's not like we've had a lot of storms this winter. It's not been that bad at all. But although it's been more than last year, because it would have been like we had like 2 storms total last year. But this year, it's like this one after like Blizzardpocalypse and Snowmageddon and all that. It's like out of nowhere they're like, oh, by the way, 6 inches we didn't announce at all. Oh, by the way, it's like, geez, really? Crazy. Hey, Harris, are you going to be with us for a while? Are you going to join in the fun that is Fighting Fantasy? Oh, nice, Demiser. Rookie, what did you say your paper was on? Oh, you'll be fine, Lego. Okay. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, Xanos. I figured some people would like that. It's technically Security Guard 1 and 2, but I'm like, no, that's Richard. Oh, you said Civil Rights? Where did you say Civil Rights? Oh, there it is. I see it. I missed it. My bad. Very cool. Nice. A reference to the Man Trap. Classic episode from the original Star Trek. Oh yeah, 4 sections? Cool. Oh, 4 areas. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Bum, 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 bum. I know, Rookie. That's because I can't find... There's no Starship Traveler equivalent. I could do Starship Troopers, but that doesn't really fit. I could do Starship Enterprise, which this is sort of close to. There's no Starship, but there's no Starship Traveler. So I went as far as I could, you know, get close to it. No, not true. Not in the playing box. I don't think so. Normally I've tried to do it and it doesn't work that way, in my experience. Hey, Kool-Aid, what's up? No, I don't think I did, Demiser. I should check that out. Really? Huh. No kidding. I thought I couldn't do it because I thought I've tried it before and it just doesn't. It just defaults to like whatever it was before. Huh. Well, all right. I'll leave it for now. I'll change it later on then. Ah, congrats, Lego. That's awesome. Oh, really? Well, no, in the title. In the title, yeah, but not in the actual game you play, right? The game you play also? In the game. Okay, alright. Gotcha. Alright, well, I will change it then next time around. I don't want to do it now because it's going to foul up this stuff. I gotcha. Okay, alright. Well, I'll do it the next time. I guess we'll get all the people that are interested in playing Starship Command. Wow, we got our 15 very quickly. Very, very good. Do. All right. Yeah, definitely true, Lego. It's the Klingon battle. Do. I turn that down a little bit. Okay. On weekdays, yeah. All right. Okay, so welcome in, everybody. Arctic, you're going to hear right now what we're doing. So welcome, everybody. Oh, Xanos, you need to do that. Anyway, welcome into people both old and new into this. I want to welcome everybody into the Fighting Fantasy Project. This is where I stream a Fighting Fantasy game book. We've done 4 books in the Sorcery series, kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure when you were a kid, if you remember those books, except this is done with dice, and chat controls the characters. So in the original series we did was the Sorcery series. We did those 4 books and won that. And now we're running through the Fighting Fantasy books. We started with a Warlock of Firetop Mountain, and Knuckles Rainmaker successfully won and is now the new Warlock. He's controlling the establishment over there. Then we took Pepto the Abysmal, brought him into the Citadel of Chaos. He successfully defeated Balthus Dire and saved the valley from his depredations. And you just concluded the Forest of Doom, where Puma Rodriguez successfully put together the hammer to save the dwarves of Stonebridge and successfully achieved it. And so now we move on to Starship Traveler, and we leave behind the world of fantasy for a bit and travel into the world of outer space. Yes, we got loot in all of those cases, actually. A lot of loot on the last one. And that means that we're starting up fresh. But this is a little bit different than some of the ones that we've played to this point, because although some of the statistics are the same, there are other ones that are different. And we have a crew. We have a science officer, a medical officer, an engineering officer, a security officer, and 2 red shirts, who I feel should be like, you know, their name should be Guy 1 and 2. But anyway, and so we have the captain of this starship. And so this is what we're going to start with right here. Notice, by the way, I have chosen, I believe, I forget what style this is, Cyan Night, I think. So you'll notice the little stars in the sky right there. That's thanks to Netone, of course. So what we're going to do is first we have to pick the character's name. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everyone to nominate, pick up some names, bring up some names in chat. I'm going to take some of those names and I'm going to put them up into my little extended poll here. And I'm going to put in those names, and then we're going to see what people think. We're going to vote on the difference between the 2 of them. And I beg you not to make a name so long that it doesn't fit in here. Let's try to make it, please, rational. I'm going to keep it to like 4 names, like Captain James Solo Luke. That's one thing. Solo Luke Picard Skywalker Tannhauser. It's a great name, but it's not going to fit. So that said, let's come up with a name for our Captain Peoples. John Smith, is that yours? Mojo! We're picking up names, man. Buzz Lightyear. Oh, I see it. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Buzz Lightyear. Sorry, everything has to be Captain, so. Captain Buzz Lightyear. The Paddlywalks? I vote Mojo. All right, let's see. Captain Paddlywalks. You're picking the captain's name, Lego. Just a single character. Gregor the Plunderer. Let's see. Can it be Captain Octagonopoulos, Matt? Okay. Lazarus Long. Okay. Orlando the Disassembler. That's pretty good. Okay. Hey, Maps. Let's see. Octagonopus. All right, let's see. Heinlein. Okay, good. All right, I think we've got Mr. Doctor Professor. Captain. I can do Captain Doctor or Captain Professor. I can't do Captain Mr. Doctor Professor. Good to see you, Maps. So your choice. You want it to be Captain Doctor or Captain Professor? Hey, Sneaky. That's right, they are. All male names. Captain Doctor. All right. Now, Arctic, do you remember when I said that I needed it to fit in here, which meant no more than 4 names maximum? Robin the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot, though funny, is not going to work. Okay, we have a female name that we're going to add into this mix. Do we have a female captain possibility? Captain Harrington. Okay. All right, let's lift this one up here. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Honor Harrington, yes. What's his face? Okay. Captain is her porn star name. Okay, no, I think we've got a good set. So here we go, guys. And girls. Here is what we have. Captain Lazarus Long, Captain James Luke Picard, Captain Buzz Lightyear, Captain What's-His-Face, Captain Mojo Jojo. No, I'm closing nominations. We got enough now. Captain Gregor the Plunderer, Captain Dr. Octagonopoulos. No, actually, Octagonopus? Octagonopus, yes. Captain Dr. Octagonopus. No, Xanos, denied. Dr. Octagonopoulos. Captain Orlando the Disassembler, and Captain Harrington. Okay, so now after Rookie, you can officially vote, ignoring Xanos' vote there. You can officially vote for the captain that you want. So which name do you want your captain to be? Octagonopus. Octagonopus? I'm just going to name him, I'm just going to call him Dr. O, so I'm just letting you know. Alright, so I got to vote for Lazarus Harrington Mojo. Hey, got no game. Okay. Okay. All right. What? There is no Captain Lady Gaga. Sneaky for another vote for Mojo Jojo. Actually, we got 3 votes for Mojo Jojo. Change mine to Lazarus. What did you vote for? Okay, you voted for... Let's see. Lazarus. Okay. Okay, so we get rid of that and vote for Lazarus. Hey, T-minus. Good to see you. Is that a vote? Lazarus Long. Oh, looks like Lazarus Long is pulling ahead. T-minus, is that a vote for Lazarus Long, or is that just you saying hi? Because also hi. Oh, okay. Good to see you, man. Hey, Twisted. Mojo Jojo. Yes, I do. I do recognize that, although I'm not a huge Heinlein expert by any means. I read Stranger in a Strange Land a long time ago. He's actually a good... My friend Russ that I play Borderlands with sometimes, Heinlein is like his god. He loves everything about Heinlein. And I think Heinlein is good, but from what I've read of him, but I am not an expert by any means. Is it a I don't want to do it right now, Rookie, because it's going to foul things up. I'll take a look at it later. But is it a Futurama reference? Because that would not surprise me. Okay. So, looks like we got between Lazarus Long, Mojo Jojo, and Harrington pulling up the rear in third. So, it looks like we're going Lazarus Long. Going once. Going twice. Oh, okay. All right. Captain Lazarus Long it is. That is our captain. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. Captain run as fast as Captain Shepard. I was surprised that no one came up with Captain Shepard. I thought someone was going to throw a Captain Shepard out there, but I guess people were like, nah, been there, done that. All right. So Captain Lazarus Long. Okay, now before we go any farther, we need to nominate our dice roller for the night. Oh yeah, B5 from ME. Oh no, not that. Babylon 5, although that also would work. Or we were going to get a Captain Janeway or Captain Sisko or any one of those kinds of things. So what I need is for us to nominate a dice roller. Lego has been doing a lot of the dice rolling, probably most of the dice rolling, and we can certainly stay with Lego if we like. If so, because Lego's about to roll a whole mess of numbers. If he's going to be the one who does it. So we need to double check and make sure everyone's good with Lego staying the dice roller. Oh yeah, I understand, Zenos. Okay, anyone else on Lego? Everyone else good? That's funny, Lego. Yes, it managed to have worked out most of the time. He's had a couple of stumbles here and there, but in general, I think your man Lego's worked out. All right. Well, then, unless people have any objection, then we will stick with him. In that case, here we go. As I said, there are a lot of differences. I like a lot of them, but there's a lot of differences there. Oh, no problem, man. A lot of differences here as well. So it's time to prepare for the mission. You are captain of the Starship Traveler. The ship itself is the pride of your Astro Navy. Its weapons and defense systems are the most technically advanced in the fleet, and its crew are first-rate. Before you begin your voyage, you must determine the strengths and weaknesses of yourself as captain and your crew members. There will be some damage done to the weapons and defense systems on the ship by time is done. Unlike previous gamebooks, you will not find rules for fighting alien creatures and ships at this moment. Rules for ship-to-ship, hand-to-hand, and phaser, laser pistol combat are given in the text of the book to allow you to start playing with minimum delay. As you come across combat situations, you will be referred to sections describing the appropriate rules. All you need to do here is roll the dice to determine the initial scores on your adventure sheet. So we're going to start, believe it or not, with your ship. And you'll notice that I've put two new things up here, shields and weapon strength. So we're going to start actually with the weapon strength. What you're going to do is roll one die, Lego. You're going to add 6 to that roll, and that will be the strength of your weapons strength of your ship. So let's see what the Traveler's got. Let's see what this thing can do. Alright, so that means the weapon strength will be a 10. Okay, not bad. Good start. Now the shields, Lego. So for this one, you're going to roll you're going to roll one die, sorry. Only one die, not 2 dice, one die. And you're going to add 12 to that roll, and that will be your shield amount. It's like they're building the ship with this music. I dig it. Pretty much. Pretty much. You got a lot of rolls ahead of you. The good news is you don't have to worry about golden provisions. 3. Okay, so we've got a 15 for shields. Okay, it's like faster than light right here. Okay, now we have the crew. If your ship is ever hit when your shield score is 0, your ship will be destroyed instantly. Just keep that in mind. Okay, now, you and your crew. Personnel will perform according to their skill and stamina scores. Their skill score reflects their abilities within their own profession, i.e. your science officer skills with computers, your medical officer skill as a doctor, your security officer's combat ability, and your own leadership and decision-making skills as captain. On your adventure sheet, you see entries for your key staff. Captain, that was you up front, which we're going to talk about. Science officer, medical officer, security officer, engineering officer, and then 2 red shirts, security guards. So we're going to start with this. So we'll start with the captain. First of all, our opening guy. First of all, we're going to roll a, let's see, blah, 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 blah. We're going to roll a die, one die. And we're going to add 6 to the result, and that will be our skill, as usual. This is for the captain. So this is Captain Lazarus Long's skill. Nice. Boom shakalaka. I am the master of my own destiny. Shepherd. That's awesome. Okay, good. Good start. Now stamina. 2 dice, add 12 to that result. So what are your 2 dice going to say? 2 6-sided dice for his stamina. In before 2. -2. He's incredibly powerful, but if anything blows on him, he falls over. Meh, huh? Not great, but, you know. Hopefully you can just send your officers in to be the fodder. So we got an 18 stamina. Alright, Lego. Now it's time for the skill of your science officer. 1 6-sided die. Please tell me what that roll is for Mr. Spock. Science officer. You do. You do have a great skill. So hopefully you'll just never get caught. Alright, what do we got for science officer? Skill. Spock is weak. Wow. Hope you don't need much sciencey things. Okay. Then if we can roll for his, this is a pre-Spock. Okay, now we need stamina. So please, 2 6-sided for this one. I know. It's going to be like me being the science officer. Alright, Dr. Arv, what do you see? I think it's a laser. Yes, that's true. Can you fix it? No. Oh, really? Wow. So the science officer really blows. We'll try to stay away from him. Alright, well, let's see if Dr. McCoy at least is any good. Same thing for the medical officer. Let's start with the skill. 1 6-sided, please, for the medical officer. Yeah, pretty much. You can do it, Bones. Pretty much. I have a feeling this is just going to be like the solo captain adventure because your crew is going to be so terrible. Alright. What's the average crew? What do we got? 3? Okay. Well, that's not horrible. That's not horrible. So he's got a skill of 9. Okay. Now we need a stamina for him. So again, 2 6-sided dice, please. 2. Seven. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now we have Scotty, or Rookie. But Scotty Rookie. Now we need his skill. So 1 6-sided. Here's hoping that Scotty knows what the hell he's doing. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. She's gonna blow apart. Well, Scotty was a good engineer. 5. Oh, nice. So you're gonna want your engineering officer to figure a bunch of stuff out. Your science officer's like, duh, and your engineering officer, of course, you Mr. Spock, you fool. This is how you put together an engine. Okay, stamina now. 2 6-sided for this one. That's very true. Very true, Miser. +2 from Scotch. She cannot take much more. Scotty wrote the first aerobics book. $11. Holy cow. Scotty can, like, hope he doesn't ever go rogue. He can, like, give the captain a run for his money. Wow. Captain, I'm giving her all that she's got. he can like control the warp engines by himself. Like with his own hands, he can like twist antimatter into shape. That's pretty. I thought you were fleeing from the frightening quality of Scotty. All right, now we have the security officer. Now I'm trying to think. I guess this is Worf, right? So this is Worf here, Lieutenant Worf, security officer. What do we have for the skill? 1 6-sided here for Lieutenant Worf. No, Worf was skilled. I am not amused by your commenting about my skill. Oh yeah, Worf was a badass. The problem was Worf was always being put up against things 10 times more powerful than him. Yeah. Ugh. Ow. Wow. So, did we get like the Tybo security officer? Like, what was that all about? Like, I mean, and it's Lady Cream Puff is the security officer. Wow. Yes, I guess so the security officer goes to arrest Scotty. He's like, "Shut up, you fool!" and like throws him into the engines. I guess you're right. Okay, what's the stamina? Can the security officer at least take a punch? Can Worf take some damage? That's true. And depending on how far across the room he's thrown, the alien has that much more power. That's a good point. Exactly. He's now a Hora communications officer. Uh-oh. We dragged the 12-year-old boy. 7. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just that it's a pretty unimpressive looking security officer. I'm going to guess that his security staff is more powerful than he is. Alright, for his security staff, hold on a second here. Yeah, 2 security guards. Alright, so same thing for the security guards. Let's start with the skill. Let's hope that his security guards are a little better than the security officer. I got a used copy of this book because I didn't have this book originally. And so the person who had originally had this book had written in it in pencil. And these numbers are all like skill 12, 12, 11, 12, 11, 11, 11. I'm like, yes, I certainly believe that over 7 dice rolls you came up with 11 or 12 for every single skill and that was on the page. I'm sure. I'm sure that's what you did. Like, I mean, for God's sake. All right, 1 6-sided die, please, Lego, for the first red shirt. Oh, nice. Okay, so he's the real power behind the security throne. All right, what about stamina? Or is this guy a glass cannon, as Demiser said before? He really is. His name is like Jones or Smith or McGillicuddy. Alright. Well, of course it's a 7. Now we're starting to get to what we know. Okay, so he's got the same stamina. And then the last one, last roll for these initial skill parts is the second red shirt. Yeah, no, you battle with you're battling as the engineering officer with red shirt 1. All right, red shirt 2. Ah, Tasha Yar. Ah, Tasha Yar. Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, she had skill, just in other areas. 1? Yeah, so this is the cabin boy? Is that what this is here? Really? so basically Red Shirt 2 is Red Shirt 1 is the security force, right? Yeah, because Data was fully functional, Demiser. All right, let's see that stamina. Let's hope that he can at least a sack of hit points, I hope. When Red Shirt 1 hurts the aliens, the second one has to be weak. Yeah, one has to assume. Psst, psst. Wow. So he takes a lot of damage. Yeah, he just needs spinach. That's all it is. Absolutely. Okay, one other thing to keep in mind about these guys is that only the security staff are skilled in combat, and so they're going to be your obvious choice in hand-to-hand or phaser fighting. Non-security staff may fight, but their skills lie in other areas. If by choice or through necessity you wish a non-security crew member to fight an alien, you must deduct 3 points from his or her skill score during the battle. That's if you have the science officer, medical officer, or engineering officer fighting. It doesn't apply to you as the captain. Your skill is what it is, so you know, your skills are what they are. But if you want to send one of your crew into battle, then pretty much they're going to lose 3 points unless they're security officer, which means engineering officer and Red Shirt 1, I think, are going to be your basic security detingent, right? That's my guess is what we're talking about here. Okay, and then the last statistic that we've got here is luck. And this one is you just roll 1 die, add 6 to the roll, and enter the total in this luck box. So, one 6-sided die, please. I'm Isaac Clarke. That's not terrible. That's average. This is like average world. Isaac Clarke, space badass. All right, there you go, guys. So your captain, skill of 12, stamina 18. Your ship has a weapon strength of 10, has shields of 15. Your crew consists of your science officer, Mr. Spock, who apparently doesn't know a whole lot yet, with a skill of 8. He has 17 stamina. Dr. McCoy, who has some average knowledge of medicine, skill 9, stamina 19. Scotty, who's a complete badass when it comes to engineering, skill 11, stamina 23. Lieutenant Worf, or Tasha Yar, who's just not getting the job done, skill 7, stamina 19. Red Shirt 1, who is the secret badass. This is the Steven Seagal character in the security team. Skill 11, stamina 19. And finally, the cabin boy, who's somehow stowed away, skill 7, but when he eats spinach, he gets lots of power, stamina 23. And you have a luck of 9. Okay, now, when you arrive at a planet, you'll be given the option of beaming down onto the surface. Sometimes only you will beam down, but often you'll be instructed to choose 2 or 3 crew members to accompany you. When given this choice, you may choose only crew members listed on your adventure sheet. There are some other restrictions limiting your choice, which I'll talk about in a minute. Your science officer is a problem solver, your medical officer is a doctor, your engineering officer has a knowledge of mechanics and geology, and your security officer and guards are your fighters. Record your choices before you land on the planet, and remember that only those staff actually in the landing planet party will be able to act for you while on the surface. On some planets, you may become involved in fights and other situations which drain your stamina scores. There are 2 ways of restoring stamina. You may find a planet with superior medical technology able to restore stamina, and you may also, and those are instructions that will be given in the text, you may also restore 2 stamina points to each crew member listed on your adventure sheet every time you leave a planet. However, you may only gain the advantage of this medical treatment if you have your original medical officer. If your medical officer dies, you may not restore stamina in this way. So you got to be careful not to lose bones. Now, if during your adventures one of the officers or guards listed on your adventure sheet dies or is lost, you must cross him off on your adventure sheet and he may play no further part in the adventure. His position is taken over by his assistant. You must determine the skill and stamina scores of this newly promoted assistant and then record them on the adventure sheet. The assistant's skill score is equal to the skill score of the lost officer minus 2 points, as the assistant is not as skillful as the officer he replaces. The assistant's stamina score is determined in the normal way, rolling 2 dice and adding 12 to the result. The newly promoted replacement may not be beamed down to planets or used in any missions where you were instructed to choose a crew member. Being the last available candidate for his particular position, you cannot risk losing him. However, you may use him for routine duties, i.e. where no option is given in the text. A replacement medical officer may restore stamina to injured crew members on leaving planets, but at the reduced rate of 1 stamina point per planet. So what that comes down to is if you lose an officer, they get an assistant to step up, but at minus 2 skill and whatever we roll for the stamina, and they can't beam down to the planet from that point forward. So hopefully you don't want that to happen. Okay. The scores you have recorded on your adventure sheet will give you an indication of the strengths and weaknesses of yourself, your crew, and your ship. You need know nothing of how these scores will come into play. All will be explained as necessary as your adventure unfolds. The red shirts are the security guards, so you can beam them down as well, separately if you like. Okay, you are now ready to set off. Take your seat on the bridge. Are you ready, chat, to launch? Oh, what if they do? What if they die? I think if the security guard goes... Yeah, you have an assistant guard. You do have an assistant guard. Just like the other ones. So. Engage, fire up the engines. Alright. Let me get my picture out here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what out there. Okay, here we go. Panic. From your seat at the helm of the Starship Traveler, you study the VDU anxiously. Engineering section has reported an overdrive malfunction which has blocked the warp engines at a 10% velocity again. You are watching the velocity indicator advancing rapidly through the safe region towards overload. You hit the communicator button and call engineering for further news. It is not good. The malfunction cannot be traced, and it will take another 13 minutes for a system check to provide a full analysis. You are heading towards the Celsian Void, a known black hole. You may or may not avoid it, but your science officer has another plan. If you swing the ship through its immense gravitational pull, its gravity drag may help reduce your speed as you travel away from it. This is worth a try, but the navigational tuning will have to be precise. You swing the starship hard to starboard as you enter the Celsian's gravitational field and fasten your eyes on the velocity indicator. To your great relief, the plan seems to be working. The gain comes down from 10% to 5% to 0 to negative 5%. Loud cheers come from the crew, but you are still watching the velocity indicator. It is now showing negative 15%, then negative 25% and still falling. The ship is being sucked into the Celsian Void. You hit the red alert button and instruct all ship's personnel to strap themselves down. The ship begins to whine and shake as it rapidly accelerates towards the black hole. There is nothing you can do to avert the impending disaster. An almighty explosion rocks the ship and all the crew, including you, lose consciousness. And the game is over. No, I'm just kidding. You and the other members of the crew are regaining consciousness. Again, you hit the communicator and call for systems damage reports. All systems appear to be intact until engineering reports that the warp drive engines are dead. You are floating in space, but your drive reactor should be operational in 20 to 30 minutes. Your navigation officer is bewildered. He cannot identify your whereabouts, and the computer reports you are in uncharted space. Your science officer has run an event analysis, and you appear to have gone through the black hole through a dimension warp, and you are now in what seems to be a parallel universe. After some delay, you regain warp drive. Long-range scan indicates 3 solar systems ahead, of which 2 may have intelligent life. Will you press on towards the life-bearing system ahead, that's option 1, turn to port towards the other life-bearing system, that's 2, or turn to starboard towards the barren system? So what's it going to be? Forward to the life-bearing system, port to the life-bearing system, or starboard towards the barren system? In case you're wondering, for those of you without nautical knowledge, port is left, starboard is right. Alright, I got 2 to port, 3 to starboard. Okay, 2 to port, 3 to starboard. Going once. He said he was going to be back and forth. Going twice. Okay, starboard it is. You increase speed towards your destination. Suddenly a red light appears on your control panel. You hit your communicator switch and contact the engineering section. "We'll have to cut speed, Captain!" cries your engineering officer. "The reactor must have been damaged more than I thought. I can't hold her." You ask what exactly the problem is and learn that your supplies of Delibrium crystal are almost exhausted. Delibrium crystal is a naturally occurring mineral common throughout your own galaxy. The raw mineral can be mined, and the ship is equipped with a processing plant to convert it to nuclear fuel. You must begin searching for the mineral straight away, for without Delibrium your ship will be unable to travel. You may either continue as you are, traveling towards the barren system, that's option 1, or you may investigate a small asteroid cluster you are just passing, option 2. So option 1 is to keep traveling to the barren system, and option 2 is to investigate the small asteroid cluster. Aye, the haggis is in the fire for sure. I gotta work on it. Oh, people want asteroids. People really want asteroids. They're like, ooh, asteroids. Because you really like the probing in Mass Effect, right? Probe launched. Probe away. Where's the head? Okay. Alright. I vote we seduce her. I'll show those asteroids how to probe. Unfortunately, I think the number ones are going to get outvoted here. Looks like the asteroids is going to win the day here. Sensors scan the asteroid cluster. In the center of the cluster is an asteroid containing some Delibrium, but it is impossible at this range to ascertain exactly which asteroid has the mineral. You may investigate by sending out one of your officers with a jetpack, but the going will be dangerous. The center of the cluster is a mass of whirling asteroids, each one big enough to kill a man. Will you risk sending one of your crew, or will you decide against taking the risk and head onwards? So 1 is send one of your crew, or 2, head onwards. $1.5? Well, actually, all of you are voting to send the guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how to vote. Kool-Aid 1.5. Am I assuming that means you want to send him? Yeah, Minecraft. Just send him out, yeah, exactly. Alright. You must select one of your officers to mine the Delibrium and send him to the airlock hatch. So, which one are you going to send to the, which one are you going to send there? Now, it says one of your officers. It does not say guards. So you have to send the science officer, the medical officer, the engineering officer, or the security officer. So which one of these four are you going to send on the way? Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so we've got, let's see. And I'm going to do it in that order. So I've got science officer. I've got the 2 for science officer. I've got 1 for security officer. 2 for security, 3 for security. You've got engineering. Twisted wants to send McCoy. That's funny. Alright, 3 for security officer. Let's see. Spock. 2 for science and 1 medical. Alright? And I've got 1 for engineer. So right now you're sending your security officer. Going once. Going twice. Alright. Worf it is. That's true. I think you should send my boss, because he's really good. Right, exactly. Alright, you send your security officer to mine the Delibrium and send him to the airlock hatch. In the airlock are jetpacks and EVA, extravehicular activity suits, which enable crew members to move in space outside the ship and also provide protection against the vacuum outside. The going is easy on the fringes of the cluster as the asteroids move slowly and they are well spaced apart. Closer to the center, the going is more tricky. Lego, please roll 1 die and tell me what you get. Okay, 3. Nearing the center of the cluster, your officer darts about, avoiding the asteroids which constantly flash past. Occasionally one will hit another and they will fly off in different directions, sometimes causing a sort of chain reaction. Using a portable scanner, your officer locates 4 asteroids, all bearing Delibrium ore. Which will he choose? The first asteroid, the second asteroid, the third asteroid, or the 4th asteroid? Which asteroid is he going to choose? It doesn't actually say Demiser, so I don't know. Alright, so we've got 3 for the second asteroid, 2 for the third, and 1 for the 4th. Is everyone good with that? Going to the second. Going once. Going twice. Alright, second it is. Taking a micro-excavating tool from his belt, your officer begins work on the asteroid. The deposit is substantial, and he's able to pack several kilos of ore into his portasack. Carefully avoiding the oncoming asteroids, he leaps out towards the ship. A small asteroid suddenly appears in view in your monitor, traveling at a fair speed. You punch the communicator button to warn your officer, who has not yet seen the object. But to your horror, you are too late. The asteroid crashes into the back of your officer, crushing his jetpack and ripping open the surface of his suit. Hopelessly, you watch as he vaporizes on the screen. You have lost a valuable officer. You must now decide whether to risk sending another officer after the crystal ore or to abandon the operation and continue towards the planet. Oh, security officer. Well, that didn't go well. Well, for one thing, your new security officer, main guy, is skill 5. Yeah, not much to pack up. Okay, and now, Lego, roll 2 6-sided dice for me and figure out what his stamina is, please. I need 2 6-sided dice. And while Lego is doing that, the rest of you, and then Lego when he gets a chance, need to vote and tell me, are you going to continue the operation, trying to send another officer to get that crystal ore, that's option 1, or abandon the operation and continue the planet, which is option 2. Okay. Option, option, option. He's Pee-wee's illegitimate son. Uh-oh. 4, huh? Wow. Okay. Alright, so it looks like people want to continue the operation, despite the dangers. Alright. Brave, brave people. Alright, so you have to select another one of your officers. Now remember, you cannot send the security officer this time because he's your only guy left. That's the, like, major officer there, so you can't send him. So the question is, are you going to send your science, your medical, or your engineering officer? Who's it going to be? Science, science. Science, science, science. Science. We're not leaving here until we get that Delibrium ore. Alright, everyone's very much in agreement about this. They're like, here's the deal, okay. So Mr. Spock does like that thing from Star Trek 1 where he gets in the suit and like goes off, except this time you send him instead of him sneaking off in the middle of the night. Okay, so the going, again, he heads off into the ship. And again, the going is easy on the fringes of the cluster, but as you get close to the center, the going is more tricky. So now, roll 1 die, please, Lego. Tell me what you get. Ow. Whoops, okay. A 4, okay. Okay, so again, getting to the center of the cluster, your officer darts about avoiding the asteroids which constantly flash past. Occasionally one will hit another and they will fly off in different directions, sometimes causing a sort of chain reaction. Using a portable scanner, your officer locates those 4 asteroids, all bearing Delibrium ore. So which will he choose? Now last time you chose the second asteroid, I believe it was asteroid number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure that's true. Yeah, last time you chose number 2, and that didn't work out well. So, presuming you don't want to have them happen again, you've now basically got an option of first asteroid, third asteroid, or fourth asteroid. Okay, Demiza says third, Kool-Aid says 1. First, Lego says third. Okay, so far I've got 2 votes for the third asteroid and 1 vote for the first. Anyone else? And 1 vote for the fourth. Ah, another vote for the first. Okay, so I have 2 votes for the first, 2 votes for the third, and 1 vote for the fourth. So we have a tie as of right now. Okay, do I have any other votes coming in? Because we're going to need to break this tie between 2 for the first and 2 for the third. Alright, the third. That's funny. Rookie and Matt are like, here we go, ding ding. Still tied. T-minus jumps in with third. Okay. Going once. Going twice. Alright. Third asteroid it is. Dodging several small asteroids, your officer arrives at his destination. Drawing a micro-excavator... Too late. Sorry, Xanos. And it wouldn't matter anyway. We would have gotten outvoted. Drawing a micro-excavator from his belt, he sets to work on mining the crystal ore. You are watching his progress on your viewer. After several minutes, he checks the readings on his scanner and reports that he has only 1 kilo of raw material, not enough to fuel your ship. Hey, Sutivi. He will have to try one of the other asteroids. Which will he go for? Now, the second one we already know is a death trap. So basically, your choice is between the first asteroid or the fourth asteroid. So you've gone to the third, you got some more there. You need to get some from 1 or 4. But he didn't get slaughtered, so there's that. 1 and 4. Yeah, there's no direction, Santa, so I can't give you a left on this one because I don't know which one it is. 4, 4, 4. People are feeling confident about that fourth asteroid. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Going once. Going twice. Okay. So you're going to go to the fourth asteroid. Landing on the asteroid, your officer draws his micro-excavator from his belt and sets to work, piling fragments of rock into his portasack. From the ship, you watch his progress on the viewer. Suddenly, a large asteroid comes into view, heading straight for your officer. You hit your communicator and shout a quick warning. But are you too late? Throw 1 die. So throw 1 die and tell me what the score is, please, Lego. Whew. Energizing his jetpack, your officer manages to leap clear of the asteroid as the 2 great boulders collide. Breathing a sigh of relief, he turns back towards the ship, arriving safely with several kilos of delibrium ore. Whew. Just did it. Yeah, Nakoda. Passing through the airlock, your officer hands his portasack to the engineering officer, who takes the delibrium ore off to the engineering section. 1 hour later, he announces he has enough delibrium to get the ship underway once more, and you may continue on your course. Well, that was close. All right. New picture, folks. Absolutely. Bear with me. I thought I had a picture for this. Huh, I guess I don't. Oh well. I thought I did, but I don't. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Meat Bomb, what's up? Welcome to space. You approach a small blue-green planet and take up an orbital position. You scan the planet for signs of life. It appears to be lifeless, but the scanners are giving some strange readings which you cannot understand. You try an all-frequency radio message, but receive no answer. Suddenly, the scanners pick up a signal, probably a ship of some kind, traveling towards you extremely fast in orbit from the other side of the planet. You switch to visual and can see a missile-shaped object hurtling towards you. You hit the red alert button and activate shields, waiting to see what happens. From nowhere, a blast hits the ship. Roll 2 dice, please, Lego. Alright, so because it was equal to or lower than your shield score, you only deduct 1 point from shields. So that was good. Will you try to contact the object as it closes, or will you go immediately to battle stations? So you're going to contact the object as it closes, that's option 1, or go immediately to battle stations is option 2. Alright, I got 3 for contact or hail them. I've got 1 for battle stations. Maps is like, screw that noise. Battle stations. The rest of you are like... Oh, nice. I'm hoping this is not what you're about to experience. You hear a bagpipe. Exactly. Okay, so you're going to try to contact them. You try another all-frequency message but get no reply. Another blast rolls the ship. Again, please roll 2 dice, Lego. Let's see that 2-sided, those 2 6-sided, please, Lego. 5, okay. So again, you only take 1 point of damage to your shields. But it's now clear what's going on, and you issue the battle station's order. Another blast narrowly misses the ship, and you decide to retaliate. Okay, now the reference I'm going to have to come back to is... Reference 235. Okay. So, let's go to 341 here. Okay. Now, ship-to-ship combat is conducted as follows. Ships attack each other in turn. Unless instructions are given otherwise, you will attack the alien ship first. You roll 2 dice for your attack on the alien ship, and you compare the total rolled with your ship's weapon strength. If the total is equal to or higher than your ship's weapon strength, you have missed. If the total is lower than your ship's weapon strength, you have scored a direct hit. To determine how much damage a hit is done, roll 2 dice again, but this time compare the total with the alien ship's shield score. If the number rolled is equal to or lower than the shield score, the shot does 2 points of damage. If it's higher than the shield score, the shot does 4 points of damage. And a double 6, you ignore the shield score, the shot automatically does 6 points of damage. You deduct that damage from the alien ship shield score, and then it's the alien's turn to attack you. Okay? So, The alien ship right now, I'll give you this information, is... Okay. So there we go. That's what you got to deal with. Okay. So we're going to begin with our 2 dice. So you roll 2 dice for your attack on the ship, Lego. So for this one, you need to get lower than, equal to or lower than your weapon strength. 9. Okay, so you hit. Now damage. Now you're going to roll 2 dice again, but this time you're going to compare the total with the alien ship's shield score. So the higher you get, the better, because his shield score is 7. If you get higher than a score, he does 4 points of damage. If you get a double 6, he does 6 points of damage. Nice.
These are the continuing voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Oh, yeah.
Ongoing mission.
Okay, 8. So that means it does 4 points of damage to his shields. Well done. Okay. Now it is the alien's turn. I roll 2 dice. And I compare the total rolled with the alien's weapon strength. If lower, a hit has been scored. So I have to roll 8 or less. I rolled a 5, so I did hit. Now I have to roll 2 dice again and compare the total rolled with your, that is, this score. So now we're going to see if I can somehow get over the shield score, which I can't, obviously. And so as a result, I only do 2 points of damage to the shields. Ding, ding. Okay, now it is your turn again, Lego. Roll, first of all, to see if you hit. So this is, you need to roll 8 or less to hit the alien. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have to roll 10 or less, I beg your pardon, to hit the alien. Two dice, and you need to roll 10 or less to hit. Oh, sorry, Lego. You rolled... I'm sorry, I was looking away for a second. You rolled a 7? Oh, 9. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, wait, really? Okay, so a 9. Let's see. 9 was to hit, right? Am I right about that, or did I mess that up? But 9 was to hit, right? Or was that 7 that was to hit? Sorry, I was looking away and nobody was chatting in between, so... Was the 9 to hit? Oh, so 7 was to hit. Okay. So 7 was to hit, and then 9 is what you just did in terms of damage. Is that right? Okay, so in other words, you rolled a 7 to hit. So you rolled a 7 to hit, and 9 was the damage. Is that right? 7 was the... So basically 7 was the weapon strength roll, and 9 was the shields roll. Is that right? Okay, all right. So that didn't count. Okay, so now the 9 was what you just rolled. Okay, so now you need to roll. So you hit with that 9. So now you need to roll 2 dice, and basically you have to get higher than 3. If you get higher than 3, you're going to do 4 points of damage, and you're going to blow it the F up. If you roll less than 3, you're only going to do 2 points of damage to the shields. So basically you need to roll a 4 or above to blow this ship out of the water, or space, so to speak. And you do. All right. You blow it into smithereens. You blow this the F up. Kablam. All right. Resuming orbital position, you scan the planet again. Although readings are still puzzling, you cannot find positive signs of life. If your ship is still short of delirium crystals, you must beam down to the surface to search for deposits, although it's not short of delirium crystal because you did the asteroid thing. So, you may beam down if you wish to have a look around anyway, or leave orbit and head onwards. So option 1 is to beam down to the planet and have a look around anyway, even though you don't need delirium crystals. Or you can leave orbit and head onwards. So what's it going to be? Okay, everyone wants to leave except Xanos, who is wandering around space happy. Yeah, so everyone wants to get the hell out of Dodge, basically. All right. Okay. So, leaving orbit, you do a long-range scan. 2 stars ahead have planets which may sustain life orbiting them. 1 star is purple in color. If you wish to head for this one, you can. The other is a double star, which you may head towards instead. So basically, you can head towards the purple star, that's option 1, or the double star, that's option 2. All right, 3 votes for purple. Twisted. That's funny. Making your vote clear. That's very good. Shocking vote, really. Shocking. 5 votes for purple. Okay, looks like purple's going to win pretty handily. Going once. Going twice. Alright, off you go to the purple star. Approaching the purple star, your scanners indicate that the second planet has an atmosphere ideal for life. You drop into orbit around this planet and scan the surface. There are strong indications of intelligent activity. Indeed, it is likely that the planet's civilization is further advanced than your own. You may either beam down to the planet, that's option 1, or press onwards, that's option 2. People are ready to go beam down. You guys going to remember the Prime Directive and all that nonsense? Beam down, beam down, beam down, beam down, beam down. Okay. Alright. Dun dun dun. Time to beam to purple planet. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, here we go. You try an all-frequency broadcast several times, but receive no messages in reply. Selecting 1 officer and a security guard from the adventure sheet, you enter the transmatter unit and beam down to the surface. Okay, so you're bringing a security guard, and yeah, Prime Directive is Prophet, and you're picking an officer. So, you need to bring 1 officer and 1 security guard with you. So who's it going to be? Which one of each? Who's the officer and which security guard? Alright, red shirt 2 and medic. Red shirt 2 and medic. Lego seems to agree. Let's see. Map says science officer and red shirt. Demiser says science officer and red shirt. God No Game says engineering and red shirt 1. So it looks like red shirt 2 is pretty likely going to be one of the people going. So far I have 2 votes for medic. I have 2 votes for science officer and 1 vote for engineering. So unless I hear differently, I'm going to say that red shirt 2 has definitely won that vote. He's beaming down. So the question is science officer or medical officer. Right now we have 2 votes for each. We have 2 votes for medic, 2 votes for science officer, and 1 vote for engineering. So we're going to need someone to break that tie. What say you guys? What's it going to be? We need someone to break this tie. We've got 2 votes for medic, 2 votes for engineering. Oh, sorry, 2 votes for medic and 2 votes for science. So we need someone to break that tie between the 2 medics and the two medical officer votes and the 2 science officer votes. Are you going to send down a science officer or a medical officer? Or confuse things even further, I guess, by having someone choose engineering, but... Alright, we have 3 votes for science. Going once. Going twice. Alright. Science officer it is. So science officer is beaming down along with red shirt 2 and you, the powerful captain. Alright. You materialize in a deserted street. Tall buildings on one side tower over you, while on the other side of the street the buildings are small. Perhaps these are private dwellings. The architecture is alien, but no life of any kind can be seen. In the distance, ahead of you down the road, you can hear a whirring sound. Soon you can see a strange vehicle which seems to be heading towards you. It is a hover car of some kind and is moving slowly. As you decide what to do, your translator picks up a sound. Over here, quick! You look around and see this. Let me see if I have this picture. Yes. You see this. You look around and see a man-sized, somewhat insect-shaped creature beckoning you into one of the small buildings. Will you follow him in, which is option 1, or will you ignore him and wait for the vehicle coming towards you to approach? So follow this dude into the building, or ignore him and wait for the vehicle to approach. Seems like it, Rook. Hey, Coltrez. Welcome in. Ignore, he's obviously a drug dealer. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 votes for follow, 1 vote for wait for the vehicle. Okay. Going once. Going twice. Okay. You run off the road and follow him into the building. Just in time, he exclaims. You don't want the PCs to find you in the street, do you? You have no idea what he is talking about. You explain you are not from this planet. He is on his guard. You reassure him that you mean no harm, you just want information which may help you get home, and he calms down. You were on the planet Kulamatter, he informs you. The PCs you have just escaped from are the population controllers. On this planet, no one dies, but as the population increases, it is necessary to exterminate some of us to make room for others. The PCs have the authority to exterminate anyone they like within certain quota limits without reason. They would certainly have killed you had they caught you outside after curfew hours. Suddenly the door crashes open and 3 creatures in armored uniforms step in. I thought I saw them enter this building, their leader declares. Outside, he orders. Your host protests that you are aliens and did not know about the curfew laws, but the PC leader points a finger and an electric blue ray burns through his chest. You decide it would be prudent to follow the PCs outside. Yeah, kind of, I guess, Lego. You explain that you are from another planet and therefore know nothing of their curfew laws. It is illegal to be outside after curfew, says their leader. The penalty is extermination. Enter this vehicle. Will you enter as they wish, that's option 1, draw your phasers and fire, that's option 2, or pretend to comply with their wishes and take them by surprise, that's option 3. Surprise them, surprise them, surprise them, surprise them, surprise them. And I have 1 vote for phasers. Okay. Going once. Going twice. Alright. Set phasers to kill. Meat Bomb says fight now. Still gonna get outvoted, I'm afraid, Neat. We could be immune to their death trap and have them worship us. Still immune, I'm afraid. Okay. You walk up to the entrance door as if to climb into the vehicle. As you pass by the aliens, you signal to the others and the 3 of you spring on them. This proves to be a rather fruitless exercise as the 3 creatures are immensely strong. They fling you to the ground, but as you fall, you manage to grab the helmet off of one of the aliens. It stops dead in its tracks in a very artificial pose, as if some switch had suddenly turned it off. The leader grabs the helmet and replaces it on his colleague, who instantly springs back to life. You realize you will be no match for the creatures and climb into their vehicle as they have ordered. But your discovery may prove a useful clue in helping to escape from these PCs, as they call themselves. If you proceed along certain ways, you will be called upon to make a skill roll. Your knowledge makes it likely that you will make the right move. You may deduct 2 from your roll when rolling against a skill which is marked skill ***. This will make more sense at the time. So I'm going to mark that to myself here. Okay. So basically that gave you information is what that did. Okay. As you enter the vehicle, it rocks from side to side. Your captors climb in and start the hover engine, swinging the car around the way it came. You travel for half an hour or so and finally stop outside a large, round building. Other similar cars have stopped there as well, and numerous aliens are being led into the building. You are taken inside and put into a room which is evidently a cell of some kind, along with 4 aliens. They seem resigned to the fact that they are about to be exterminated as part of a population control program. You cannot understand why they are so unemotional about their impending death. One of the uniformed creatures calls for your party. You will have to act quickly. Will you try to fight your way out? That's option 1. Try to contact the ship? That's option 2. Or try to arrange to see someone in authority? That's option 3. So fight your way out is option 1, try to contact the ship is option 2, or try to arrange to see someone in authority is 3. Okay, so we got 3 votes for 3. Authority. Let's see. Someone on this planet has to be sane. I demand to see Big Bird. Okay. It's funny. Alright, so you've got 1 vote for fighting your way out. No one wants to contact the ship. 4 people want to try to see someone in authority. Alright, we're going to go with the authority, unless other votes come in. Going once. Going twice. Okay. You make your request, but the alien merely shoves you forwards. This is not possible, it replies. You are to be taken to the extermination chamber. You may try to overpower it while you are alone. That's option 1. Or you may follow it to see what will happen to you next. That's option 2. So option 1 is you may try to overpower it while you're alone, or follow it to see what will happen to you next is option 2. We'll see if that's a possibility given to you, Meat. Does that mean you're going to start by fighting it when it's alone? Is that a vote for 1 at the moment? That's what I figured, yeah. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 4 votes for trying to overpower it, and 1 vote to follow it to see what happens next. Going once. Immune to death ray hypothesis could be true. I thought that the okay, because you want to actually see if you're immune to the death ray and then have them worship you. Because so far there doesn't seem to be much worshiping going on. I have to be honest there. Twisted. Okay, so going once, overpower, going twice. Okay, overpower it is. As you follow the armored guard through a long tunnel, you seize your opportunity and spring. The creature is extremely strong, but your numbers may give you the upper hand. For hand-to-hand combat rules, you must turn to another page, but remember this reference so that you can return here afterwards. So, let me make that note. Just to see what they could do, yeah. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. Let's see. Hand-to-hand combat is conducted as follows. Combat is simultaneous. Non-weapon fighting is a series of clashes in which one combatant will do damage to the other. In the following steps, the term alien applies to any creature which is fighting against you or a member of your crew. The term you applies either to you personally, if you're fighting the alien yourself, or to any of your crew members that you have chosen to fight against the alien. Let's see, you roll 2 dice, add the alien's skill score to the roll. This is my part. That's the alien's attack strength. You roll 2 dice again, add your skill score to the roll. That's your guy's attack strength. If the alien's attack strength is higher than yours, it's inflicted damage on you. If your strength is higher than the alien's, you've inflicted damage on it. If both attack strengths are equal, both attacks have missed, and then you go on from there. If a hand-to-hand combat situation has odd numbers, like the sides are not equal, you will have to determine who attacks who. Everyone must fight an opponent, but if, for example, 3 of you fight 4 aliens, there will be 1 alien left over, and you must dice to determine who the spare alien attacks. You do this by rolling a die for each of your part. Okay, if there are more crew members than aliens, you yourself may decide which of the aliens your space crew member fights. Let's see. If 2 or more crew or aliens are attacking a single opponent, that's what we're looking for, because there's obviously 3 of you guys attacking 1 alien. So, you decide who the normal battle will take place between, and resolve the attack roll in the normal way. Then, you throw the dice to determine the extra attacker's attack strength, and compare this with the attack strength you've just rolled for the defender. If the extra attacker's attack strength is higher, normal damage has been inflicted. Okay, so basically it's not unlike what we've done before with sort of multiple battles. So let me go back here and see. Oh, and it says, I'm sorry, it actually said, yeah, I know. It's actually not that complicated. It just sounds like a lot. It actually, too, says the guard will attack twice in a turn. So, basically, if 3 of you are attacking, and I assume you are, you must decide, roll a die to see which of you does not get attacked. So, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Okay. 2 of you are attacking will attack each of you. If you're attacking on your own, blah, 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 blah. Not get attacked. Okay. All right. So, here we go. So we're going to decide, and this is actually going to be for you that determines this. So we're going to make, so you've got 3 guys. You've got the captain, the science officer, and the red shirt. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to see, basically, I'm going to assign 2 numbers to each of these people. So if he rolls 1 or a 2, then the alien is not going to attack the captain. If he rolls a 3 or a 4, the alien is not going to attack the science officer. And if he rolls a 5 or a 6, he's not going to attack the red shirt. Okay? So let's see which one he's not going to attack. 5, so he is not going to attack the red shirt. So that means he's going to be attacking each of you guys, basically. So, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And the main problem is that you'll see in a minute that he's pretty strong. As you can see. Okay, so... Alright, first of all, this music is not going to get it done for this kind of battle. We need something better for that. Let me just get the right music up.
Hey, Diamond, if you eat any...
What? What the Christmas? Alright. Do the obvious one. There we go. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Do 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 do. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna start with my roll. Okay. I roll 2 dice. And I add the alien skill score to the roll. So that is a 17. That's my attack strength. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, let's see. And now, you guys are going to roll, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, hold on a second. I got confused by the double attack that he was making, so give me 1 second, guys. Oh, okay. All right. So this is you versus the captain. So that's his score right now. So right now he's got a 17. So now, Captain Lazarus Long, you must roll 2 6-sided dice and add it to the skill. All right, Lego. So 2 6-sided dice, please. Sorry, guys. It's a little confusing. I didn't understand it first, but I get it. For a minute, I didn't look at that clearly, and I thought it said a 0. And I was like, I do not believe that you just rolled a 0. I just want to be clear, I do not believe that happened. Gotta play that one more time. Hey, what's up, Chrono? Okay, so you got a 9, alright? So, 9 is 21. So that means he's got higher, which means that the armored guard is down to 12. Okay? Now, the second one. So now you're going to roll for your science officer. And remember that when your science officer is fighting in combat, he's not as good as would be the case otherwise. So your science officer is going to be, let's see. He's not going to be attacking the Richard. Right. So the science officer is going to roll 2 6-sided dice, and he's going to add it to a skill of 5. So here is the alien's attack against him. 10. So he's got a score of 21. So the science officer is screwed. I mean, you'll make the roll, but it doesn't matter because he's going to get hit. Need a Vulcan nerve pinch here. But go ahead and roll the 2 6-sided anyway, Lego. A 4, yeah. So that's not going to work out. So he loses 2 points. Okay. Now your red shirt is going to move in. He is a straight up red shirt, so he's attacking normally. So he's got to compare himself to this 10. So right now he's got a 21, so he needs a 14. Right, so that's not going to work out. Oh, actually, that's you guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll for the second red shirt Lego. You're not going to hit him, but you won't take any damage from him either because the alien is not engaging him. The alien's only fighting you and the science officer. So go ahead and roll just to clear those dice. Okay, 8, right. So, okay, no harm, no foul. All right, so the alien took damage, and the science officer took damage in that round. Okay, next round is up. We'll start, again, this is the alien versus the captain to begin. I will roll 2 dice. I've got a 7, plus his skill of 11 is 18. So I've got an 18, so you need to beat an 18 with the captain's skill. So you need a 6, or, well, a 7 if you want to beat him, or more. If you roll a 6, then nothing will happen. So see whether you can get higher than you can get a 7 or above, please, Lego. Is that the only thing I've got for fire music? For fighting music, really? Let's go with the Klingon battle at least. Actually, no, the battle in the Mutara Nebula. Okay, there we go. Oh no, a 2. Oh no, you stumble and you get hit. Okay, all right. So the captain doesn't work out. Now it's the attack of this guy versus the science officer. So he's got a skill of 5 versus the, what's his face? So he's got a 5. Let's see what he gets on this. An 8. An 8 plus, it's 19. So a 5 means a 14. So go ahead and roll those dice, Lego, but he's not going to be able to beat him in this round. So I'm just going to drop his stamina while you roll. A 3, okay. So he did not get anywhere close. Okay, now your second officer is going to move in to try to fight. He's got a skill of 7, but even if he rolls a 12, he's only going to tie him. So just go ahead and make that roll quickly. He's not going to get hurt regardless because he's not the one that the alien's fighting. This is just like an extra attack, but he's not going to be able to hit him. So go ahead and just roll those 2 dice. Are you rolling 2 dice? I know, you put Lego in space, man, and he just doesn't have the same mojo. Okay. Alright, so the armor guard did not get hit, your science officer got hit, and so did your captain. So let's see if we can get this together again. Okay, next round begins. Alien versus the captain. The alien will roll his score first. He has a 7 plus 11 is 18. So again, you need a 6 to tie, a 7 to beat from your captain, Lego. A tie. Alright, well, you tie. So no damage is done. Now the second attack happens. Let's see, the alien attacks the science officer with a 7. That's 18. So he's got a 5. Man, that combat score is killing the science officer. He needs a 13, which he's not going to get. So go ahead and roll, Lego, just to clear that out. But the science officer is going to get hit again. I want to point out, by the way, that you guys are capable of surrendering once one of your companions has been reduced to less than 4 stamina points. So I'm just letting you know that if this continues, you may have a way out of it, but you're not at that point yet. 3. Okay, so the science officer got hammered there. And then you have to roll your... what did I just say? He needed a 14? Shoot, I shouldn't have done that. I don't remember what I just said he rolled. I think I said a 7? I don't remember what it was that he rolled. Hey, Ben, what's up, man? Good to see you. I don't remember what my alien rolled back then. Does anyone remember? An 11? Did he roll like a... Did he roll a 9 or a 10? Or something? I rolled a 7. Okay. Alright, so I had a 7. Okay, so that means he's got a skill of 18, so the red shirt has got to roll. So he could do it. It's possible. He needs an 11 to tie or a 12 to beat him. So if you roll an 11 or a 12, Lego, especially if you roll a 12, you'll actually damage the guard this time around. A 6, huh? Not going to get it done. Okay, no, he doesn't get hurt, remember, because he's not engaged with him. But all right, back up to the top. Let's Captain. Let's get it going here, Lego. Let's put it together here. Okay, so first the alien's going to go. He's got a 9. That's going to be rough. A 20. So you, as the captain, my captain, you need an 8 to tie or a 9 to beat him. So an 8 to tie him, a 9 to beat him. The tension of this music, man. A 6. Oh, no. Oh, man. You guys are getting beat down by this armored guard. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with the science officer. He rolls an 8. That's a 19. So the science officer, who has a 5 because he's fighting in combat, needs a... what did I say? 19... So he needs a 14 to tie. So go ahead and roll those dice. Your science officer's taking on the chin. I think your science officer may be getting you may be having a science officer assistant here any moment too. Six, yep. Alright, same thing. Roll the dice for the red shirt. He's got a skill of 7, so he's going to need... this guy's got a total score of 19, so he will need a 12 to tie him. So go ahead and make the roll, even though it's not going to affect the alien. But remember, it doesn't matter if he's lower, because the red shirt's not going to get hurt here. It's just your science officer is going to take it on the chin. Let's just see if he hits that 12. Actually, you might not want to waste it. This would be a good time for a 2. Yeah, 7. Okay, that's good. Sounds good. All right, next round. Here we go. 4. Now that's more like it. A 15. So he needs. Your captain needs a 3 to tie him and a 4 to beat him. So let's go here, Lego. You can do this. That's better. I'm on your side. I don't want the alien to win. You didn't roll the 7 though, right? Did you roll a 7 or no? Of course. Of course I want you guys to win. Oh, 11. Okay, so now you beat the hell out of him on that one. All right, let's see if the science officer can get the same job done. Okay, here's the second attack from the guard. A 7 and 18. So that means he needs a 5. You just have to try to take this alien out before he takes the science officer out, because he's just not going to beat the science officer. Just not going to hit him. It's not likely to happen. So go ahead and roll those 2 dice, Lego, anyway, for the science officer, just to clear those numbers. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So yeah, so he gets hit. However, there is a shot for your red shirt here, because he's got a skill of 7. So if he rolls a double 6s, if he rolls a 12, he'll get a 19, and he'll actually inflict some damage on the armored guard. So let's go for those double 6s. An 11 ties, a 12 beats. And even if he's less than 11 or 12, he won't get hurt. But still, you need to knock this guard out, basically before he kills the science officer. Before he kills Spock. A 6 is good. Oh, that's the total. Wah, wah. All right. Well, fortunately, that guy doesn't get hurt. He's just gravy. Okay, here we go. Next round. The guard looks at you warily. Rolls an 11. Oh, my God. 22. All right. You need a 10 to tie and 11 to beat him with the captain. Come on, Lazarus. Let's do it. Let's do it up here. This is the Klingon victory song. 4, huh? Uh-oh. Ding, ding. Down to 12. All right. Wait, is this guy? All right, good. I was going to say, what the hell? All right. Now versus